Hi there, welcome to this Certism Gaming video. My name is Paul and I'll be your guide through Fortnite. I'm aware that the first couple of videos, the sound quality wasn't as much as I'd like it to be, so I thought I'd try doing another couple of videos and see if they will work a bit better. So I'm just checking my settings. Okay, with that, so let's start a solo match. Now, I'm going to go through this as if it's the first time I've done a video again for some elements of it, because the sound settings I said was in the first videos weren't that great. So this is the start menu. I'm going to look at solo generally, but we'll go into a few other elements of it. I've tried turning down the computer settings so that the voice is hopefully clearer, and it may make it a bit more difficult for me to play, but I'm going to try my best. First point is, this is the waiting area, and whilst in the waiting area you can view the map by either pressing the M button or using the map button on your controller and make a decision about where you might want to land. Some of the places I like to land are down here, which is a nice little petrol station, or up here in Sleepy Sounds, which is some good loot around but generally not too busy. Given the path of the battle bus, I'm going to go for here. So I can go back to the screen, and not forgetting to thank the driver, it's one of your jobs that you can do, and jump out. The faster you get to the floor is often the better. The reason for this is it gives the opponents less chance to get lots of good weapons and loot before you get started. So I'm going to hope for a good game this time and see if I can get some distance into it. So the first thing to note is that you will be placed a default player, and that means that players will be thinking, oh, you're not very good. So don't worry, at the start you won't be matched against the crazy experts, but let's give you a chance to get started. So you all start with an axe, which you can use to destroy things, which gives you ability to build things later on. I'll be going into builds on a different video, but to get started I thought I'd just start playing. Now over here, these are barrels called Slurp Barrels. They will give you shields if you break them, so it's a good tip to, if you see some of these, start to collect them. You collect them effectively by destroying them with your axe. So I'll get all of these. They give you 10 extra shields each, which is the blue line on the bottom left of the screen. So the blue line tells you tells you how much energy you've got. At the moment I've got 50% of the shield, and I've got 100% of my general energy. Other ways to charge up your shield is, if you look in the bottom right hand corner, this is my hotbar where I've got various items. So there's guns, so that's a mid-distance gun, close range gun, that is for modding vehicles, which actually I can show you that, but I'll go into it properly on another video. As you see, it changes the vehicles, and you can sometimes get bonuses for doing that. Then you've got food items like the banana, which will recharge the green bar, and you've got shield mushrooms, which help with the blue shield. So I'm going to eat one of those now, and as you see, it gives you only 5, but every bit helps. So I've chosen a weapon. This is a mid-range weapon I've got at the moment, and the number next to it, the 45, shows that you've got 45 bullets for that gun. Next, the other part to look at is the colour of the gun behind the gun. It's a grey one, so it has got the weakest level. Then you've got the pistol, as you can see, is blue, which is 2 levels up. Let's see what colour that one, that's grey as well. So I'm hoping to get a green weapon, which is the next level up after grey, and there's one. So I'll have that, thank you very much. And because I've got some better short range weapons, I can use these. Those are actually explosives, which are really useful at the end of a battle, at the end of a game. So what's going on with the map? Let's have a look. You can see there's a big white circle. That big white circle is where you need to be safe from the storm. The storm is the purple bit on the outer side, which moves in closer and closer as we go through the game. as the numbers of players drop, you want to be in a smaller area to be able to make sure that you can find the opponents and win a game. So I'm going to start heading towards there. Might take that vehicle that we saw by the petrol pumps. So down here, petrol station is the car, so we can take that car, but let's search the garage first, because you can normally find, now these chests are a better chest, so the better the chest, the better the loot, and that is really good. So the banana recharges energy, but this is even better. The med mist, the one I've got now in my hand, will be able to charge up as you're running along, as you're sliding, and you don't have to be stationary. It can be done it for seconds at a time, or can reload up to 150 energy over time, which is really useful. I've got a short range blue gun, which is the pistol here, which is great, but a missile launcher is more useful. Now a purple missile launcher means that it is truly powerful. Actually, let's change that one for the blue. Blue is better than green, even though it's a slow action. As you can see, you've got different things you can search. So there, you can search for ammunition and mods for vehicles. We've already modded the car, so we don't need to worry about that. And these petrol tanks, these are really great because you can actually kill opponents with them or destroy structures. So watch, one shot and it does a big explosion. So we're going to go in this car to get to the safe zone. And you can have radio, but I choose to turn the radio off generally so I can focus on what I'm doing. And I managed to crash already. Fortunately, it righted itself. So let's keep going up towards the safe zone. Driving through places, you will see bad guys around at some point. I've fortunately not seen any yet. So the first time I did a playthrough, I got shot at within seconds, and that was at Sleepy Sounds. So this time I've got a better landing point for quietness. Now, we've got choices about where to go. So if you can see on the map in the top right hand corner, there's a grey area. That grey area is somewhere I've not explored yet. So it's worth exploring because you can get additional experience points by exploring areas you've not been to. And can you see in the far ground there's a bad guy. Let's see if we can get him with a missile. Can you see over there? So we fire that and try again. He's running closer, so let's see if we can shoot him a bit. Now he is getting us, so I can use my med mist to charge up a little bit. And he's coming a bit closer, so let's go try shooting him. Oh, he got me. So I didn't do a very good battle there. He took me out quite easily. Newport 731, well done. That was an easy victory for you. So let's try another game and see if we can do a little bit better on this one. As I said previously, I like to either land at Sleepy Sounds or at the that Jones's garage, because that was a really good garage to stop at. So let's see where the map will take us on this one. So the storm, as I said, keeps moving in as we go through the game to tighten it up, and if you get stuck in the storm, it will kill you. And the further you get into the game, it will kill you more quickly. The storm gets more powerful as you get towards the end of a game to try and take out any stragglers, people who aren't running into the game, to make sure that they are out of the way so that somebody can get a victory royale. Victory royale. So we start with 100 players, and every time a player gets, as you can see in the right hand side where the map is, you can see 100 next to the person symbol. That tells us how many players are left in the competition, so the battle boss will set off quite soon. There you go, it's already jumped down to 14 seconds. And quickly select a place to land. Oh, can't really get to Sleepy. I quite like over here, there's this little island here which is quite fun as well, so we'll try there. And thank the driver, always thank the driver, because you can get bonus experience points. Now the experience points are used in the battle pass and for leveling up. The more experience points you get, the better the opponents you go against as well. So normally you start with some milder opponents just to get used to it, and if you see the first couple of videos, they truly were mild opponents I was against. I've got a couple of victory royales, and let's see where we can land this time. There's normally some reasonable loot inside this building here, and then there's a boat down there as well, which is really useful. So let's see what we can get here. Let's see what colour guns we can get. So a grey gun, which is quite weak to start with, but useful to have. Oh, a blue sniper rifle, that's really good. Ah, excellent, we didn't get any of these last time. So these bottles are full of shields as well. So you can charge up by drinking these bottles. They take a bit of time to get to you, so you have to make sure you're in a safe place before you drink them. And let's look around, see what else we can find. Oh, an egg launcher. Yeah, they put different guns in at different times. So at the moment, obviously, we're in Easter. It's Easter Monday in the UK here. So happy Easter to anybody who celebrates. But they put different weapons in at different times just for fun and games. Now, you might have just noticed that in that door, I didn't just open it. I squashed through it and smashed into it. By smashing into it, you can run through fast and surprise people. This one is this chest, this barrel that I've got here in my is really good because that will give 100% energy shield. But it can be doing for more than one person. So if I get the shield, somebody else could walk in and get it as well. So once you're full, if you destroy it, nobody else can take your extra spoils. So there's different things you can run, which for my controller, I'm using a PlayStation 5 controller, is to oh, this is again another surprise, is you can get these foraged items, useful for leveling up, and if you have got any weaknesses, it will help recharge them. So it will help you get shields, or it will help you get energy. So the run, it was a new introduction for the current season, and it's really good because it gives you a chance to run away from opponents if you're not in a good place to shoot them and defeat them. But also it's really helpful for the storm. So if the storm is coming, you can run away from it. It only lasts a short time, and then you've got to let the white bar reload. But once it's reloaded, you can then run again. So you can run at doors and shoulder barge them open, which is really helpful. Okay, let's get some bandages. So the bandages that I've got there are used for recharging small amounts of energy, which is helpful, but not essential really. It is good. If you're in a bind, it's worth having. Okay, just trying to be mindful of the fact that the storm is coming in. So let's have a look at the map. Yeah, I've got a long way to travel, so I'm going to start travelling straight away. So in the top right hand corner of the map screen, you've got the little map. The white line shows you the shortest route to escape the storm, and that is really essential. So keeping a track on that is useful. There we go. So sliding is also a quick way of going downhill, and it's very, very helpful. Okay, so let's keep running, because we've got 15 seconds before the storm will start to come back, and it will start to shrink, and it won't immediately take over the whole of the circle, but it will start moving quite quickly. So it's worth keeping an eye on where you're up to. And we're also keeping an eye out for bad guys. The other function that they did is this ability to climb up, which wasn't in the earlier games, because it was all about building in the earlier games. Whereas now, it shows you can run, climb, jump, dance. Well, okay, the dancing is one of the emotes. And as you can see, how fast you can go when you've got when you're sliding downhill after a sprint. Sprint and slide, and you can get some good distance if you don't crash into a tree. Now, whenever you come to one of the small villages, you've got more chance of coming up against opponents, so keep an eye out. And there you go, there's another one of those things I can blow that up. I enjoy doing that. You can also blow up petrol stations, as somebody's already done here. There would have been petrol stations here for filling up, and somebody's already destroyed them. When you come up to a car, it will tell you how much fuel and energy it's got. So the green bar shows it's got full energy, but where it says fuel 29%, it's not particularly useful. 28%. So have a look around for different cars until you can find one that's got good energy. Other things you can open: produce boxes. They normally have shield mushrooms or smaller items, but also these cash registers. Get a bit of extra gold. Gold is used in-game to buy power-ups, which is really helpful at times because you can get new upgrading guns, you can get them from grey to blue and so on. 28%, and somebody's using a taxi over there. I don't know if you saw it in the top of the screen. There it is. That will be an opponent. They're probably looking for the best vehicle with most energy as well. And we can follow them a little bit. They won't necessarily spot us, but we can keep an eye on them and see where we can get up to. Okay, here we go. Let's see, we've got 31 people remaining. As you can see, there's 31 next to the little people in the top right hand corner. These mushrooms are also useful. They give a small amount of shield, so if you haven't got much shield, they're useful for picking up to give an extra bit of energy. Right, so we're pointing slightly the wrong direction. So let's build up here. Oh, watching out for rocks. You can normally cross the rivers. If you're in the sports car, sometimes they can sink, so be cautious about that. But the sports car is obviously a lot quicker than this 4x4 truck. Oh, tilted towers. This is another one of the pretty super cool areas, and if you like fighting, if you like to go in attacking people and having a lot of battles early doors, this is a great place to stop and explore, because you normally get a lot of people landing at tilted, and even now there's probably quite a few people here, so let's be slightly cautious. Because I've got my sounds turned down, I won't really hear the sound effects of people attacking me, which is why sometimes I won't particularly notice them. So what you then do is look for bullets, the sign of bullets coming towards you. Right, okay, we're inside circle again, but the new circle is already formed. So let's jump out of the truck, climb over it, and let's eat a few more of these. Each one of those gives you some experience points. It looks like 360 at the moment, so useful to have. It's not giving me any energy or shields, but it is boosting my experience points. And I will be looking at how those experience points can be spent later on. So the characters that you get are pretty basic to start off with. They're a standard run-of-the-mill type of fare. I think there's 3 different ones. It automatically flips between them. There's one lady, 2 guys, and they will just go between them at different times as you start to play. But later on you can actually buy more skins, and they're often linked to popular films and things like that. So at the moment, if you get the top of the battle pass, the top one is Doctor Strange. He's about to be in a new film which I think comes out in the UK in May, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one. But he is the top level of the battle pass at the moment. The battle pass I will go into in the next video, and the other things that you can get from there, such as gliders. The gliders is when you jump out the battle bus at the start, that little umbrella type thing, it was a glider. You get different gliders for different missions. So for example, your first victory royale, you will get a glider, and they'll often do a different one for each season. Now, okay, did you see over there? There's somebody over there. Let's see if they spotted us. Yes, they have. So those fireflies create fire, which is obviously in the name, it's a bit obvious, but they can burn opponents' structures, which is very useful. You can collect more fireflies, so like here, if I collect them, you'll see that the firefly jar has gone up by another 1. So 3, I think 5 is the maximum you can carry at any one time, so let's see if I can get a few more. But we can see from these items here, these are builds that other people have made. So it shows that you're in a busier place, so be cautious. You don't have to fight everybody you see. You can run away, you can try and discourage them from coming after you, but always, whilst you're playing, keep an eye on that circle in the top right hand corner. If you're outside the circle, you're in danger from the storm, and the storm does kill you. If you have a look at my second video that I made, sorry the audio on that one wasn't great, you'll see the impact of the storm, but I will be doing another video with the storm in it after this one. So let's see, I think I saw somebody over there. There. Ah, they've gone. I've missed them. Right, so let's get back into the safe zone. When I'm running, I tend to have a mid-range weapon in my hand, so that if I do suddenly stumble across an opponent, I can have a shoot at them. And the sniper rifle, whilst it's great for distance, isn't great for close range or mid-range. So I tend to have a mid-range weapon most of the time to hand. Right, when you're shooting people and it's blue, that is their shield being destroyed. When you shoot them and it's white, that's their actual energy that's being destroyed. And as you can see, from mine, you can have 100 of each. I think somebody's shooting at me, but I'm trying to spot them. So let's see, can you spot them, anybody? No. Oh, they're up there. So you can see there's people firing at me, but it's difficult to tell without sound which way they're firing from. So let's try and get away from the storm anyway. So, oh yep, definitely somebody fired at me then. So jumping and running can help to distance yourself from the bad guys, but also makes it harder for them to get to you. There they are. Man, I'm getting shot at quite badly here, aren't I? Oh, there was more than one. So that's going to be the end of this video though, guys. Thank you for watching, everybody, and if you have liked it, then please subscribe and like the video. That would be appreciated. I will be doing more videos where we show greater level of depth of the gameplay, and hopefully I'll do a bit better than coming 12th, but that was quite a fun little battle there, and hopefully showed you a few things that are interesting. So thank you. This has been Paul for Certism Gaming, and I hope to speak to you again. Thanks very much. Bye.